Hey, everybody. Hello. We are back for video number 5. So this video is all about the flawless face. So let's do a quick recap. We are doing an 8-week series from start to finish on color tutorial so that you are color confident in creating your own makeup look and all the tips and techniques and tricks that we use to create our flawless look so that you can do it at home too. So video number 1 was all about prep and protect. We used our skincare. We prepped our face. We used all of our foundation primer, our eye primer, our lip primer, our satin lips, and we talked about all of that. And then we went into video number 2, which was all about the eyes, and I created this beautiful eye look. Then we did our luscious lashes. We did our eyeliner. We did our fake lashes, which I have on today. They're not super dramatic, but they're just a little bit. They're a little there. And then I did my wow brows. And now we're going to do our flawless face. So I want to talk real quick about the different kinds of foundations that we have. So I prepped my face after I did all my primers with our CC cream. It's a color correctant. It's light to medium coverage. It's just going to help give you an even base. Then I want to talk about our Time-Wise full coverage foundation. So this comes in matte or luminous. It's going to help provide a long-lasting finish. It's going to deliver up to 12 hours of oil control. This is the matte formula. It includes an exclusive age minimized 3D complex. And it's also going to help prevent skin damage caused by blue light. And I really like it because even though it's full coverage, it's very light. I've never heard anybody say, I want a really heavy full coverage makeup. That's not a thing. Women don't say that. Everybody wants full coverage with the less feeling as full coverage as possible. So they want it to be very light. They don't want it to be heavy or cakey. And I think that our foundation definitely gives that. So it has a natural looking finish. It's going to help reduce shine throughout the day. It's really comfortable on your skin to wear. It lasts all day. And I really love it. So it comes in ivory, beige, and bronze. And then it also has 3 undertones: cool, neutral, and warm. And if I'm your consultant, I can help match you. If I'm not your consultant, then you definitely want to reach out to your consultant if you have never tried this or you're not sure what your shade is. The luminous wear does a lot of the same things as the matte. So matte is typically for our combo oily girls, but I'm not a combo oily girl. I'm normal to dry, and I like the matte over the luminous. The luminous is going to give you a dewy finish. It's going to help provide moisture and hydrate. It still has a long-lasting wear up to 12 hours. It's humidity and sweat resistant, which the matte is too. And it also helps prevent signs of aging with the age minimized 3D complex and helps prevent skin damage caused by blue light. The difference between the matte and the luminous is the matte is a very natural soft finish with zero shine, where the luminous gives you a little bit of a dewy look so that you just look hydrated and moisturized throughout the day. So they're both very light. They're very natural looking. And they both come in ivory, beige, and bronze with the cool, neutral, and the warm undertones. So this is what I'm going to be using today, but I want to talk about a couple other foundations real quick before we jump into that. So we have our pressed powder. I grabbed my compact out of my purse so I could show you what pressed powder looks like. So we have our pressed powder. It is what I like to use to help with for touch-ups if I'm at a special event, or if I start to get a little shiny throughout the day just due to sweat, then I like to use my compact and my pressed powder as a touch-up. I think that one of these needs to be in every lady's purse, especially if you wear makeup, just so that you can help keep that flawless finish all day. I've noticed that I don't really need to do it with this foundation, but at least I have it in there if, say I blow my nose and we wipe our foundation off, then I can kind of touch up with that. Now, the other foundation I want to talk about is our Endless Performance Cream to Powder. So the cream to powder stays true and appears fresh for up to 12 hours. It's heat and humidity resistance. There's 16 shades to help give you, find your true to you shade. It's buildable coverage, and it's lightweight. It goes on cream, and it dries to a soft powdery finish. What is awesome about all of our foundations is they are all buildable. What that means is you can put your CC cream on, then your full coverage foundation on top of that, and then you can use this over top of it. It's not going to wipe any of the rest of it off. Or you can use a combination of all of these. So all of our foundations are buildable, meaning they are meant to be used together. Just depends on what kind of look you're wanting, what type of wear you're needing, and your skin. So the cream to powder is really gotten a little bit more popular within the last couple years than I remember it being when I first started. So that is an option. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is our silky setting powder. So the silky setting powder replaced our, hey Zeke. So the silky setting powder replaced our mineral powder a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember, but there's 12 natural shades. So they also come in ivory, beige, and bronze. This is designed to extend your makeup wear. So typically you would think about translucent powder as setting your makeup to make it last longer, but we also now have a tinted setting powder. It's plant-based emollient, contributes to the silky feel of it. It's going to decrease dryness and increase comfort during wear. It doesn't have things like mineral oil, wax, silicones, parabens, or fragrance added to it. And it's also going to help give you a more traditional matte finish so that it's going to blur imperfections and helps even out the skin tone and all of those different things. So I love the way this feels. I don't use it in the winter just because it makes my foundation a little too dark, and I could go down a shade, but I really like this shade. I'll wear it alone sometimes in the summer, especially. And then I want to talk about our translucent powder. So the translucent powder is white. It goes on clear, obviously, and it just matches whatever you've got on. But I like to use it to set my under eye corrector and my concealer, and I'm going to show you how I do that now. All right, so I'm going to start with my concealer and under eye corrector. All right, so this is my under eye corrector. So under eye corrector is a peach shade. It is usable for all skin tones. It is going to help cancel out dark circles. You don't see a whole lot of dark circles right now because I've already done my eye makeup. I have already done my CC cream, and I really just have a really good base. So I don't have a whole lot of darkness, but I'm going to go ahead and use it anyway because I like to get rid of that completely and just to really brighten up my eye area. Then I'm going to take my Perfecta concealer. I don't use this a whole lot of places, but I do have a little blood vessel right there that doesn't like to hide. So I like to use my concealer to cover up. So the difference between these two are under eye corrector has that peach shade. It's going to help cancel out the blues and the purples and just brighten up those areas. So typically it's going to be under your eyes, on the inside of your eye, where people just get that dark circles and they have that darkness. It can be hereditary. Sometimes it's due to lack of sleep. It could be due to stress, lack of water, different types of things. Now, concealer is used to cover blemishes, so redness, bumps, and different things like that, which is why I use it right here to cover up a little busted vein that won't go away. So you can use your cream color brush to put your under eye corrector on, or you can be like me and just use your a foundation brush. So I like to use a foundation brush. And sometimes I'll use a sponge, but I don't have a sponge right now. What, honey? Okay. So you can already see the difference in how much brighter this under eye area is compared to this one. So anytime you do this, you're going to want to bring it down, and then I swoop up with it. It also helps clean up that eye area with your eyeshadow if you went outside the lines a little bit. So I always like to work it up into my inner tear duct and then up and over. Okay. All right. And then with my concealer, I just dab it in. I don't really swipe it because I don't want to remove it. I want to keep it right there localized in that one spot because that's where that vein is that's busted. All right. So that's already a lot brighter. And now I'm going to go in with my foundation. So I am beige N150 in the summer. I typically have to go up quite a few shades. I'm a beige N150 in the winter. I'm losing my mind. I have to go up quite a few shades in the summer, but I love that it just feels so good year round. All right. So I like to do the dot method. Little dots. I know. Little dots. Now this foundation is gonna need a little bit of dry time. So when it goes on, it looks too light, but it actually needs time to oxidize. So it needs time for the air to hit it, for it to be its true color. And you're gonna see it start to just blend in with my skin tone. Do you see that? You can already see the difference. So it's just gonna blend in right with my skin tone there. I use our liquid foundation brush, and I like to do little small circles. And if you're someone who really needs to work their foundation up into their hairline, I think this foundation is great for that because it doesn't really transfer to the hair very much. Or well, my hair it doesn't, but you might want to work it up until the hairline just a little bit. Okay. It doesn't take a lot. Very, very little goes a long way. Now I've already done my brows, so I'm staying away from my actual brow hairs. So you remember that I have two different foundation brushes. So I have one that I use for my CC cream, my under eye corrector concealer, and then I have one that I use for just my matte wear foundation. And I've kind of labeled them, like one has the white label on it and one doesn't have a label, so that I keep them separate. All right. Then I'm going to go in with my translucent powder just a little bit. So I'm not going to do it all over because I actually go back with my powder after I do my highlight and my contour and I finish. But I do like to go in and set my under eye corrector and concealer before I do the rest. So I just take my big fluffy brush and dab it in my translucent powder and just put it right underneath my eyes to set that concealer and that under eye corrector. And, you know, like our brushes are great. So the all over powder brush you're going to use for your translucent powder. You can also use it for the silky setting powder. If you're someone who has a little bit of a hard time with their foundation pooling in areas, so like certain times of the year, my foundation pools right here, I will use our blending brush, which you will see whenever I do the contour video. And then I always like to keep at least 2, sometimes 3 foundation brushes of my own so that I can use them for the different types of foundation. And that is the conclusion of video number 5, Flawless Face. And be sure to check out the other videos if you didn't already, and tune in for video number 6 on contour and glow. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you liked in the comments. If you need to set up an appointment with me if I'm your consultant, or with your consultant if I'm not yours, to find your perfect foundation, the one that works for you and the perfect shade for you, then tag them, drop it in the comments, and get that set up. But I hope you have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.
Mom, don't go do my